Hey, Mark, how's your day going?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. As we just mentioned here, was hoping to get some rain today, but the clouds are kind of a welcome visit after the last 2 days of what was it, 99 or something like that?
Oh yeah, no, keeping holding the temperature down today is working nice.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I'm not ready for 100-degree weather yet.
Especially not middle of May, right?
No,
Yep.
no.
No, I agree. So I want to thank you and Foursquare Insurance for being a trusted vendor of the partner of the West DFW REI Group. We welcome you and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and learning a little more about investing here.
Yep. And I know you have been out there shaking hands and building
Good.
relationships at the meetings you've been to. So I'm sure that's all been good for you. So Foursquare Insurance has been around for a little while, and I've been just starting to use you as well in my business, and I know that was a good experience. As you know, it's important to me that all of our vendors are trustworthy and take good care of the members of the West DFW REI group, and that you offer a great service, a great product at a competitive price for and great customer service for all of our investor community. You know, investors want deals, right? So
Right.
so we want to make sure that we get the best deal we can. And of course, the money makes the deal work in many cases, you know? So can you tell the audience today a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it, please?
Um, like you said, my name's Mark Rowland. I've been doing insurance for a little over 32 years now. I
Wow.
worked for an insurance company for 23 years, and now I've been with Foursquare for 9 years. Coming up in August, I'll have been here 9 years. So left working for a direct, what we call a direct writer. So the only company I could write was for Century Insurance, and now I work on the independent side where I can go out to multiple markets. I can go to standard markets and brokers and everything else, and look for product. I can find, go look for the best combination of product and pricing.
Cool.
So
Cool.
um, do a little bit of, for the investors, the builder's risk, the landlord policies. I've got the availability to write, one property. I think my top one has 195 properties on the policy.
Wow.
So and if you just need general liability, or you've got a vacant building, or I know some of you like to step off into multifamily, so we can work on those too.
Yep. Cool. Well, that having those kinds of options can come in pretty handy, that's for sure.
Sure.
So, can you tell the members how they benefit, or anybody viewing this video, how they can benefit by calling Foursquare Insurance?
I think the couple of bigger benefits. One is being an independent agency and having the availability to go out and shop the market and look around in the market for product, especially in today's marketplace. And then, the biggest deal to me is customer service. I've got an assistant too, and I never want to be the reason somebody doesn't close on time. That always scares me to death.
Yep.
I don't want you mad at me because you couldn't close on time. Um, so, I want our paperwork done, and I want it to the lender as quick as, we know when closing is, and, what all the terms of the deal are.
Yep. Okay.
So, but
And
go ahead.
I would imagine that um, one of the things you do is just making sure they get the right coverage too, right?
Correct.
You know,
Correct. Oh, yeah.
what it is they're,
Sorry. That just to me goes along without saying. Sorry.
yeah.
Yes. You're
But
correct.
I wanted the viewers to hear
Yeah.
that because a lot of people new in this business
Yes.
don't realize that there may be multiple options. You know, it's important to have the right coverage at the right price. So,
Correct.
yep. So
Correct.
I
Good point.
there's I just hear a lot of horror stories, including ones about wanting to close and didn't want insurance.
Oh,
Uh,
in the or the mortgage company the day before closing figures out, oh, the property sits in a flood zone. We need a flood quote yesterday.
yeah.
So we've run into that more often than not.
Yep.
So
It's amazing. So, what made you decide to become one of our trusted vendors in the group?
I think part of it, you and I work together to get your current builder's risk policy that we're working on put together. But I've had several other investors that I work with that have started moving out onto that west side of Fort Worth, and they've gone out into Weatherford and have really started stretching west out of the DFW area. And so, I saw that as just a good opportunity, to see if there was some more people I could service out that way and help out that way. But also for me to learn of what all's going on the west side.
Yep. Well, there is certainly a lot of growth out here and a lot of investment activity as well. So I think you're doing a smart move.
Right there.
So, um, what would you recommend to other companies that provide a product or service for investors? What would you recommend they consider, and when it comes to becoming a vendor of the group? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think, I'm trying, you got to make sure, I think a good fit for the group. Come to a meeting or two and meet some of the investors that are in the group. The Saturday morning one for May with the alternative investment options was a good meeting. There was 40 plus people there that day, so it was a good chance to see what the group really looks like, and see a lot of the different members and all, and hear what they need. So I think come in and maybe visit and look around and see what all's there, and meeting some of the members. I think that was probably a bigger deal too, is to meet some of the members
Yeah,
and get an understanding of what they're looking for too.
I agree with that. I think that I have vendors email and call or companies email and call and say, "Hey, I want to become a vendor," and I ask them if they've been to a meeting yet. I think they need to come and feel it, and get to meet people and see if it's a good fit for you. I don't want to have people join and then never come to the meeting. I think
Right.
building those relationships is what's going to make or break the business, and if you have good product and service, that's great. But if you got a crappy personality and you can't deal with, what good is it going to do, right?
Right. Right.
So I always want vendors to come feel it, and meet some folks and see if it's a good fit for you. So, okay. What's the best way for the viewers to reach out to you if they have a question or would like a quote?
I'll tell you the easiest way to get a hold of me and the easiest way to find me is my cell phone, 715-347-4987. Other than that, and I say call me or text me, either one. I'll go either way. Or my email at mark@foursquareinsurance.com. But if you want to the quickest way to get a hold of me is just call me or text me.
Okay. And for the
So,
viewers, over to the right of this video, you're going to see a contact information. It'll have all Mark's phone numbers and websites and email there for you. So again, just go look at that if you didn't get a chance to write it down. So Mark, I think that's a wrap, man. I think this was pretty easy. Is there anything else that you would like to include that maybe we didn't already cover?
No, I can't think of anything else. I just, I look forward to coming to some more meetings and meeting some more people. Uh, I know, uh, I think you said the June meeting is changed to the 14th.
Yes, sir.
Actually, that works really good for me because that'll give me a chance. I'll be back from vacation for a little over a week, so that'll give me a chance to catch my breath before I have to come to that. So I look forward to that one.
Where are you going on vacation?
We're doing Alaskan cruise. One
Nice.
of those trips I've always wanted to do, and we've always said we were going to do it, and finally just pulled the trigger on it.
We've been there, done that. We did that about the same time frame. I think we got on the ship to June, and and it was beautiful. It wasn't the beach cruise, but
No, and that's what I've done. We've done several of those, so
yeah,
I'm kind of looking forward to to this.
we really did enjoy it, and went up there to did some sightseeing out there, did some fishing, but it was just gorgeous. So I
Good.
hope you really enjoy it. I'm sure you will.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
So, Michelle and I really appreciate you and Foursquare Insurance becoming a trusted vendor. Like I said, um, that trusted vendor relationship and the term really means a lot to me and the members. We want our members to feel like they can trust you and all the other vendors as well. And I think that's been working. We've been doing it 15 years that way,
Yeah.
so it works out pretty good, I think.
Good.
So we really appreciate you taking care of the members. I know you've been working with a few already, so we do appreciate that. And by the way, my home that you have covered, John, we're going to be wrapping up the rehab here in about 2 weeks. So I'm excited
All right.
to move
You got
on.
that
And
done. You got that done quick.
yep, and they're not always that fast. Matter of fact, we're probably about a week behind schedule from what the original forecast was, but that's okay. It's the 4 and 5 month rehabs that hurt. You know,
No.
that's a long time, a lot of holding costs, right?
Right.
So again, Mark, I'm gonna let you go, but thanks for
Yeah.
your support of the West DFW REI group, and we appreciate that, and we look forward to working with you more in the future.